everyone, welcome to Cosmic Turtles. My name is Tina. Welcome to your reading. Today we are doing a pick a card. And today I got myself a little mixed crystal tree. Look at that. It's so amazing looking. Hopefully you could see it without it being too... There's amethyst, carnelian, rose quartz, and let's see if I can get the lighting like this. I don't know. It's the lighting. I'm still working on that. Maybe it's too bright. It's so cute. It's tiny. It's gonna go on my new computer desk. Well, laptop desk. I'm getting things ready, and I'll have a new background, and it's gonna be nice. So I have this for our reading for today. I have it right here on the laptop. I hope you can hear me. I have a fire crackling in the back, so it's nice and soothing. Alright, so if you hear click, 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 that's the fire in the background. Alright, so let's get right into the reading, the pick a card. So far I have 4 decks. If I have 5, it'll show up in the description box. So far I have 4. I picked 4 of them came out, and it said take the bottom card of each, because I just separated the deck in 4, and I took the bottom card of 3 decks that I used. So we're gonna get right into it. We will start with first one on top from the Divine Abundance, I do believe. Divine Abundance. First deck. I have humility. Allow me, Divine, to always accept the right assistance. I welcome your help in every way and delight in receiving it. Humility. Now I'm going to change this so people can see it better. So you get to see it better as well, and maybe read it as well. Look at the imagery on that. Wow. So humility. Sometimes you'll receive help from people that you didn't expect it from. Sometimes it's people coming back from the past that may have done you wrong, but they're seeking forgiveness in their own way. So practice humility if they're offering their help. Feel it out first. Not your thoughts, but the actual sense of things. Feel if it's safe to accept their help or not. Because some people offer their help and has strings attached, so be aware. Don't be fearful of it, just be aware. But feel it out to see if that's really the truth. Okay. That's the first card. Second one is from the Abraham Hicks. Ask and it is given. So these are a bit of a mind twister. So try to understand. So it says, on the top it says, I must be selfish enough to align with well-being. I must be selfish enough to align with well-being. And there's peacock. I don't know if you can see it right. I'll try to change this lighting in a way that kind of... Oh my. I'm not seeing it right either. And if I put it right on there, it'll be too bright. I have to work on my lighting skills. So in the back it says, if you're not selfish enough to deliberately align with the energy of your source, you have nothing to give away, to give anyway. You got to fill your own cup. You're the one that is in charge of building up your own energy. Some worry that if they take too much of the pie, others will be left with nothing, while in reality, the pie expands in proportion to the vibrational requests of all of you. So basically it says that people see selfishness, but what if you need time away just to nurture yourself, right? Let's say you've been going on all day and you need some time. If I put these two together, the humility and I must be selfish enough to align with well-being. If you put humility, let's say you're with a partner and you're asking your partner to take care of the kids while you go have a relaxing bath because you need it. It's little things like that. It may be looked upon as selfish, but you say, hey, self-care is important. And then that person, after doing that, let's say, for example, taking that bath, they'll feel much more relaxed, able to handle everything that comes at them afterwards. So that's what they mean about being selfish. Selfish enough to deliberately align with the energy of your source. You have, if you don't do it, you don't have anything to give away. Some worry if you take too much of the pie, others will be left with nothing. But they're not. You give a chance to other people to miss you if you're not always hanging out with them. And then after that, they're like, I wonder what they're doing, because they didn't see you for a while. So they'll come and asking, or they'll call or text a message, and they'll be like, hey, what you up to? We got this thing going on. You want to come over? So things like that. Like, that's why the universe will always expand the pie in proportions to the vibrational requests of all of you. So there's enough for everybody. There's enough time for everybody. There's enough opportunities for everybody. It's just be humble enough to accept what is offered or showed to you, because it could expand to something more than you ever thought could be possible. Let's see what we got from the Rebel card. Card 40 is a Sacred Fool. Oh my goodness. Sacred Fool. So play as a child. Enjoy life. Take everything as a brand new beginning. That's the Sacred Fool. Wow. That's the number 4. Number like 40, but 4 plus 0 equals 4. So the numerology is about balance. Balancing all aspects of you. Physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual. So it's balancing the completeness of you. Also mean, also in angel numerology, 444 is the ascended masters are helping you. So you're the Sacred Fool, which means you have no clue where you're going, but all you know is that you're moving forward. And opportunities just seem to come to you when you're in that state and that way of being, when you practice humility, when you do take that time to nurture yourself, to give time with yourself, to sit there in solitude sometimes. A lot of times that's what it is. It's that time to be in solitude so you can connect all sides of you and do the breathing, meditation. A lot of people take the mornings for that, or the evenings, certain time in the day or something, so they put themselves in their own schedule of a busy life. So you can do it that way as well. Whatever works for you. So that's the message for pile number 1. Now let's move on to pile number 2. First one we got, ease. It's easy for me to receive. It's easy for me to receive. It's easy for me to receive. It's easy for you to receive. It is. It's easy for you to receive. All right. Let's see what we have from the Ask and It Is Given from Abraham Hicks. When I reverse the thought, I reverse the condition. Ooh, that's an interesting one. I'm always thinking a certain way. Oh, bad things always happen to me. But then if I reverse, and it becomes true, because you're giving it power by keep believing it. And so if you instead start changing it and reverse the thought, say, good things are always happening to me. Good things can happen to me. Use ease and reverse what used to be the negative self-talk that created a belief, that created a way of life, that created these kinds of manifestations. Reverse the thought. Practice ease. It's easy for me to receive. Right? Let's see what it says in the back of it. Of that. It's easy for me. Of the, I don't know if you can read it. I hope. If I can't read it from here, I don't think. I'll work on lighting. See, I have the capability to learn, so I'll learn it. There is no condition so severe that you cannot reverse it by choosing different thoughts. However, choosing different thoughts require focus and practice. That's the kicker. A lot of people want to give up. They said, well, I just thought this thought and it didn't happen. Give it time and keep practicing it. When we were, let's say, I'm learning a dance move or something. I'm moving. I'm a little off balance until I get and I build up grace, and I'm able to do that move after that. It requires focus and practice, just like anything else. If you continue to focus as you have been, to think as you have been, and believe as you have been, then nothing in your experience will change. So if you always do the same thing over and over, expecting a different result, it's not going to change. But if you start changing your thought patterns, by choice, by will, and focus and practice, then you'll get to change it. Let's see what we have from the Sacred Rebel. Number 2, inner trust. Look, it says it all. Have inner trust that you have the ability to change your thought patterns. You do. You're able to. So all of these come together, and it's easy for you to receive. Have that inner trust in yourself. That's how you build self-empowerment. We all learn to walk, those of us that could. I have a family member that's physically handicapped. She got sick when she was 2.5, and she lost the use of her arms, but she learned how to use her feet. So she had that inner trust, and she pushed forward, and she was determined. She says, I know I can do anything anyway, just like anybody else. Just I'll do it differently, but I'll still get the same results. So one of her hands it's paralyzed, but it's not. It still has feeling. And this one, she can kind of open her hand a little. So she can hold a broomstick a little, and then she uses her toes and grabs the bottom, and she still was able to sweep the floors. And she had a dustpan and just the dustpan was near a wall, so she could still push things in, and the dustpan wouldn't go all over the place. She'd just bring everything to that dustpan, and then she could pick up the dustpan with her feet, put it in the garbage. So she still was able to adapt, overcome, or was able to do anything like anybody else. Like cleaning your house. And a lot of people clean their house. She was able to clean her house just in a different way. But she still accomplished the same goals. See? So it's possible. I seen it from her example growing up. I was fortunate to have someone I could look up to, and that showed what courage is, and determination, and focus, and patience. Although I went off on my own adventure, I had my own struggles, and my own pride, of course, and didn't want to tell them if I had troubles, but I could have. The door was always open, but I wanted to prove it to myself that I could do this. And sometimes I had to learn to accept help, practice that humility, right? Accept help, or to ask for help even, and be more humble instead of more prideful. So it balanced me. Life experience is what shows you what you're capable of, and that you can make it with the right mind frame, with the right heart and mind connected, going forward. balance. If you just use one, you'll be off balance. If you just use the other, you'll be off balance, taken advantage of. So you learn to navigate this life by making yourself balance, and then you're able to go with ease. So have that inner trust. So that's the message for pile number 2. Now we're moving on for pile number 3. First card we got is True Offering. True offering takes what can be an unbearable cross and returns it to love. Some people are having a lot of hard times, and they'll get pissed off at the universe, at the whole world, at themselves, at everybody, because they're having a hard time. And this is the opportunity to have trust in the divine, trust in the universe, trust in yourself. It's an opportunity to say, okay, whatever is not in my control, that's out of my control, that doesn't really, it's happening around, but you don't know why at first, but you're allowed to release that and give it to the universe. When you give that to the universe, or even a walk in nature, hug a tree, give it to the tree, say please help me, type of thing, like the connection. Those that are more nature based, they'll do it with the elements. Those that are more spiritually, it's all spiritual regardless, but some are more on the physical spirituality, some are more mental spirituality, some are more emotional spirituality. So it depends where you're at. There's always an outlet to release in a positive way, and what the universe does with that energy, it transmutes it for you and then gives it back to you in abundance, in love. But it has to be a true offering, saying, I release this. It's not just saying it, it's really feeling it, knowing it. It's getting to that moment where you're able to do it. Usually it's in that moment of just surrender. That feeling of surrender, that's when there's that true offering. And say, look, you could say, look, I'm too young to handle all this. And it doesn't matter how old you are, because we're all children on this earth, really. So you could say, I'm too young for this. Let the elders take care of that. Let's see what's the next card. Abraham Hicks. I won't put those unwanted ingredients in my pie. Oh, I like this one. Okay. Imagine yourself as a chef in a extremely well-stocked kitchen where there are many ingredients that are not appropriate for your creation. Oh, there are many ingredients that are not appropriate for your creation, but you feel no discomfort about their existence. You simply utilize the ingredients that will enhance your creation, and you leave the ingredients that are not appropriate for your creation out of your pie. Do you understand that? If you got in a kitchen and you want to bake a pie, an apple pie, okay, and there's carrots and strawberries and apples and flour and cornstarch, and you're not going to be offended that there's carrots and grapes and strawberries. You don't need that. But you're in a well-stocked kitchen where everything's there. But all you need is just the ingredients to make the pie, the apple pie. Life is like that too. Everything's around you, everything's available. Everything could be talked about, everything could be offended about, everything could be enjoyed, everything could be dismissed, or, that's being offended still. You could find reasons to be frustrated about, or you can find reasons to be happy about. And that's your choice. And depending on which choice you make, it'll make you feel a certain way, make you believe a certain way, and that will create way more of the same coming back at you. So what do you want to create for yourself? Let's see what we have for the Sacred Rebel. Card number 22. She feels, she knows. Look at that. Number 22 in numerology is the Master Builder. She feels, she knows. So if you feel something is not right for you, then you know it's not right for you. So what are you going to do about it? And that's your choice. And then once you make that decision, you have to live with the full experience of it, whether it's a pleasant one or an unpleasant one. We started the ball rolling, it started a cycle of time, and you're in it for that time. So choose wisely which experiences you want to get into. And that's your message, pile number 3. Let's see, and now we're going to go on pile number 4. So let's see what we got. Change. When the ego finally sees the utter madness of trying to control everything, you come to a sacred crossroads in your own evolution. Ooh, that's when change happens. When even the ego recognizes that you're in the midst of what you would call madness. Then you have the power to make choices. Because you arrive at that crossroads and you have a choice to make. Do you want to continue the way you've been going, which was utter madness, or do you want to go in a different direction, which could have more ease? Let's see what the Abraham Hicks one says. I will reach for the best feeling thought I have access to. It's like you're making a promise to yourself. Always be reaching for the feeling of relief that comes when you release a more resistant thought and replace it with a more allowing, better feeling thought. The stream of well-being is always flowing through you, and the more you allow it, the better you feel. The more you resist it, the worse you feel. So that's all about the change and that crossroads. This card explains about the crossroads itself. Let's see what the Sacred Rebel card says. Number 35, conscious connections. It's showing two people, but it's like they're twins, right? It's like two of the same person. One's feeling one way, the other's feeling another way. It's like you're standing in a mirror in your vulnerability. One has closed eyes, one has open eyes. It's like you have that crossroads still, and it says conscious connections. Consciously connect with your inner self. And your inner self tells you, I want to feel better, not worse. So make the right decisions for our own full well-being. This has been the message for pile number 4. Thank you so much for subscribing and supporting and watching this channel. This is Tina from Cosmic Turtles, and we'll see you next time.